Alright everyone, so for this treehouse drawing you're going to need some tape, some scissors, a pencil, and you're going to need a ruler. So the best kind of tape to use for this is going to be either a masking tape or a blue painter's tape. You're also going to need 2 pieces of paper. One piece of paper you're going to just cut in half. This is just going to be like any old scratch piece of paper. So I'm just going to fold it in half and then I'm going to cut it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 2 pieces and I'm going to attach them to the back of my paper using the tape, and I'm going to attach them so that they go out to the sides like this. So I'm going to use my tape, like I said, either a masking tape or a blue painter's tape like this works best. Or if you don't even have any tape, you can glue it on, whatever works. So I want to make sure both pieces are about in the middle of the paper and they're even with each other. Alright, and then I'm going to flip my paper over to the front. So now I'm going to be drawing our horizon line. So in this drawing, in our 2-point perspective drawing, the reason we attached these 2 pieces of paper on the outside is because we wanted to be able to extend our 2 vanishing points past the edges of the paper. So like I have my 2 vanishing points all the way out here. So I have vanishing point 1 over here, and then I have vanishing point 2 on the other side. The reason we want to extend the vanishing points out past the edge of the paper is because if they were in too close, everything would look really squished and weird. So now I'm going to draw a bunch of vertical lines. Does not matter how long these lines are. You're going to I'm making 4, try to spread them out a bit, and these are going to be the corners of the boxes that we're going to draw. So this first box, I do that vertical line, and then I'm going to draw lines going from the corners to each of my vanishing points. So my ruler is kind of short, so I can't always get the ruler to go all the way to the vanishing point. So if that's the case, you just have to follow the rest of the line with your eye to make sure that it is actually lining up to the vanishing point. Then I draw 2 more vertical lines to create the other edges of this box. Then I go and I take these bottom corners and I connect them to the opposite vanishing point. So like from this corner I'm going to draw a line going to vanishing point 2, and from this bottom corner I'm going to draw a line going to vanishing point 1. If my ruler doesn't reach all the way, I'll just try to follow the line with my eye to make sure it lines up. Now I'm going to start with another box. So we already drew the vertical line to create the corner. Now I'm going to draw lines going from the vertical line to vanishing point 2, and then I'm going to do it on the other side to vanishing point 1. Then I'm going to draw 2 vertical lines to make the edges of this box. Now I'm going to do this box, and so these 2 boxes are actually going to overlap. So I want to keep that in mind when I'm drawing these lines, that at a certain point when it's about to go through the other box, I'm just going to stop. But I'm still doing the same thing where I'm drawing lines going from the corners to the vanishing points. And these boxes overlap, so I can't actually see that bottom corner. So I put that dot there just where I imagined the corner would be, just so I know where to line my ruler up to. Then I'm going to do it on this side. Again, I'm connecting the bottom corner to the opposite side vanishing point. Now I'm going to go with this last box. So notice how I have 2 boxes that are above the horizon line and then 2 boxes that are on the horizon line. So this drawing is going to be of a tree house. So it's up in a tree. So these boxes are going to become the buildings of our tree house. And since the tree house is up in a tree, we don't really want any part of the tree house to really be below our eye level. We should have most of our boxes above our eye level, and we can have some at our eye level, so that's why I drew 2 boxes above the horizon line, so they're above our eye level, and then I have 2 boxes on the horizon line. So you can draw however many boxes you want. You need to have at least 3. I chose to do 4. And most of them should be above the horizon line because we want most of this tree house to be above our eye level since it is up in a tree. So here I just erased all the lines I didn't need, and I'm just darkening these lines so that we can see them better. So yeah, all of your boxes can be different sizes, and some can be longer than others, some can overlap over each other. It's totally up to you. Just make sure that at least some of them are above the horizon line. So now that I've drawn my boxes, I need to figure out how to draw my tree. So I need to draw my tree around my boxes so that this tree actually, supports these boxes somehow. Like, do you have a branch coming up underneath a box to hold it in place to support it? Do you have a branch going through a box? So those are things you need to think about. So you need to build your tree around your boxes in a way so that the tree actually supports the boxes somehow, because the boxes are going to become the buildings of your treehouse. So once I draw the bigger branches, then I'm going to draw some smaller branches coming off of those. So you can see I drew some of my branches going through our boxes, through our building, so you can see the branch go all the way up into it and then it disappears as it goes inside. So your tree will look different depending on, where your boxes are, how they're arranged. Everyone's should look slightly different. And then I'm going to just draw some little leaves at the end of my branches. You can do whatever kind of tree you want, if you have a specific sort of tree in mind that you want to do. Or you can just draw a generic looking tree. It's entirely up to you. So yeah, that's the first part of this assignment, is just getting our boxes in there to be our buildings and then building the tree around it.